Hey, what's up, guys? It's March 24th, Monday. We're starting a new week. I'm ready to get back in the green. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you were able to recharge the way I was. I feel great today. I've been taking Sundays off, and I still put some plays out, but yeah, I've been just taking the day to be with family, hit up church in the morning, and get stuff done around the house. So I'm feeling recharged. I'm feeling focused and ready to go. We have a 8-game NBA slate today. I'm very excited for what we're looking at here. Let's talk about the plays I'm feeling for today. I love this Vucevic over 12.5 rebounds and assists against Denver, who should be without Jokic once again. I'm going to be running it back with Grimes again. He cashed that PRA for me yesterday. I put out on my streak slip for Underdog. And yeah, I mean, like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter that Dyson Daniels was guarding him. Dyson had still a great game, but Grimes had a slow start, still popped off for 37 PRA. I just like his points, rebounds. He's playing in a back-to-back against the Pelicans. I'll break this down in a minute, but I'm going to be taking this for more. And then I like this Alex Sarr, 7.5 rebounds. I'm just going with his rebounds alone against Toronto. And then Austin Reaves, points alone, 18.5. Feeling good about this matchup against Orlando, which is tough, but that's why I'm just taking the points alone, because they're really good at stopping everything. But I think that with his volume, he should be able to get this done over the 18.5. Getting the exact same plays on Underdog. Reaves points, Grimes points, rebounds, Vucevic rebounds, assists, Alex Sarr rebounds. I'll show you guys this real quick. This is what I was working on. This is the streak slip that I had built out. And then yesterday, took that Grimes play. He ended up cashing it. Even with a really slow start, he had like 5 PRA in the first quarter, and I was definitely sweating. And then he just turned things on and ended up cashing. And then I jumped right into James Harden, rebounds and assists. I felt so good about this. He had done this in his last 2 head-to-heads. He went for 20 RA. And this was such a tease because it showed that he had cashed at 14, and I was like sweating it because it came down to the last minute. And then I was like talking in our Discord, and I was just like, dude, he cashed. I'm cashing this slip out. I'm done. Like, I don't think I could ever make it to 11 on these streaks. That's tough, but just because I want to take my profit and go, you know. But I'm going to be starting a new streak slip today. I was in the Discord celebrating, and then they took away one of his rebounds or assists, and kind of just put me in a little bit of a heartbreak. But it was very exciting. These streak slips are fun, so I'll be starting a new one today. If you guys want to follow the streaks play, if you haven't signed up for Underdog yet, use code JRUSSO, and they're going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a free pick to help you cash your first slip. Underdog's giving better multipliers than Prizepicks and better lines in a lot of the cases, and sometimes there's a very obvious discrepancy to the over as far as like their line is too high, and you can take some unders on Underdog. But it's a really killer platform. So yeah, if you decide to sign up, use my code JRUSSO. All that information is down below. Yeah, so let's start getting into these plays. I think you guys saw this. Yeah, we're getting the same lines on Underdog as Prizepicks, but there they are once again. And the slips, both Prizepicks and Underdog, should be down in the description. Sometimes YouTube doesn't update when I add it, so I have to go back in. But just let me know if it's not in there. I'll throw it in there, but it should be in there. I'll make sure it is. So let's start breaking it down. If you guys don't mind, if you don't mind just liking the video, dropping me a comment, it's such a good way to support the channel because it doesn't cost you anything except for a little bit of time to press a button, but it goes a long way for me, so I really appreciate it. Helps me get in the algorithm, and it just puts me in front of a larger audience, so thank you so much for the support. All right, so I was thinking about taking his assists at 2.5. I mean, look at this head-to-head. This is Vucevic. 3, 5, and 6. The head-to-head looks great as far as assists go. He tends to pop off, but I'm going rebounds and assists. He has been getting the rebounding done lately, and if we're without Jokic, I feel like he should be able to get this done, even if Jokic ends up playing, but I think he's ruled out. But I couldn't get his assists alone on Prizepicks. Maybe it's on Underdog. If it's on Underdog, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not a full multiplier, but I feel very comfortable with the rebounds and assists. He's done this in back-to-back matchups. He went for 16 rebounds in the first one he hit and 5 assists, and then 10 rebounds 6 assists, so 12.5. If he's going to get 5 or 6 assists and we're at 12.5, I think he's going to get 5 or 6 rebounds. He last time he played, when he did cash these, 33 minutes, 34 minutes, 11 rebound chances, 11 potential assists. And he didn't get it done in this other one, but he still went for 10 total. So it's not like he had a total bust of a game. The assists just weren't as high and the rebounds weren't as high. If we look at his last 5, he's done this in 3 out of his last 5 games, coming off back-to-back games with at least 12 rebounds and at least 5 assists. And this is against decent teams, Sacramento and LA. Got it done against Utah, which is always sort of sketchy because you just never know what the rotation is going to be with Utah. Is there going to be a blowout? So it's actually kind of surprising. That's a little bit of a victory when you get it done against Utah because they're also good at rebounding. But yeah, 3 out of his last 5, he's gotten it done. Zoom out a little bit. Only 4 out of his last 10. But I mean, part of that, the main thing there is the assists are different, but he's been getting back into form with assisting the ball and has a great history against Denver. Let's take a look here. Here's a note from Outlier. He's exceeded 12.5 rebounds and assists in 9 straight games versus bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed. So we're looking here at Denver, who's 29th in assists allowed. And he's done this in 9 straight games in these types of matchups. And he tends to get solid boards too, 10 or more boards in all of these games. He's never had a matchup during this streak against bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed where he didn't have at least 2 assists. So 12.5, double-digit boards. I think that he can get this done. I'm feeling really good about it. Let's see, what's he been averaging? Still getting that 32 minutes, so same as the head-to-heads. 19.2 rebound chances, though, and 6.1 potential assists. So he's facilitating a lot in these matchups that he can exploit. Let's take a look at Daily Grind, see how they feel about it. Check out the optimizer. Okay, so they're not liking his full PRA. They don't like his points assists, his points rebounds, his rebounds. I like his rebounds at 9.5, so I kind of disagree with that one, but that's just basing it off of what the optimizer crunches the numbers between what other odds makers are putting the line at, what their odds are set at to go over or under, and then it's helping you just sort of make a decision based off of all the information. It just crunches the numbers and puts together their own score for it. So they don't like the rebounds, but I still like it. Sometimes you got to go against the narrative. They do like the rebounds and assists, though. They have it at a 50.3% odds to hit the over, -120. So not heavily favored over, but again, the math is in our favor too. We already have the narrative. We looked at the history, so I'm going to be running it for more. Let's take a look at this over under. So we got a 239 over under. Good Lord. Super high scoring game is what they're expecting. Denver favored by 3. I mean, that's kind of always the case with Chicago. They score a ton and they're not great on defense. So these just turn into shootouts. But that also means more opportunity, like more possessions, more shots taken. So that attaches to assists. And also with more possessions and more attempts being put up, missed shots are more rebounds. So it's a volume thing, and both of these assists and rebounds play into that. So does the scoring, but I'm just going to go rebounds and assists for Vooch today. Okay, let's move on. So Quentin Grimes, he's been just like the superstar lately. This opened at 31.5, went down to 30.5, and that's where we're getting it. This one's kind of tricky to explain, but let me just give me a minute here with this. So let me refresh this in case they adjusted the line to the 30.5. If not, I can just bump it manually, but I'm kind of curious. Okay, so I'm going to bump it. So I love Outlier. I can just adjust it to the line that I'm looking at. So yeah, I know he's only done this 2 out of his last 5 games on points, rebounds alone. He's been kind of getting over that PRA mark. But what I'm looking at here is this matchup, 27th in points allowed, 27th in rebounds allowed. If we go specifically to shooting guards, it's tougher. 6th in points allowed, 9th in rebounds allowed. Let's look at the injury report real quick. Okay, so Drummond is upgraded to a game time decision. Okay, Tyrese Maxey game time decision. So that's good. That's improvement. Kelly Oubre. So there's a chance that they might be able to clean things up a little bit. But what I really like about this for Grimes is if we take a look here, let's see. If we look what he's done in back-to-backs over his last 5. He actually plays really good in back-to-backs, and it's mostly scoring. Look at these 4 straight back-to-back games. 30 points, 30 points, 35 points, 46 points. Now, this was against Brooklyn, Minnesota, Atlanta, and Houston. These are not easy matchups. The easiest one is maybe Brooklyn, but they're still solid on defense. So this is a trend that I'm really liking here. In these games, he's averaging 36.9 minutes, and this is dating all the way back to February. 18.6 attempts and 49% from beyond the arc on 9 attempts, 57% from the field. I want the rebounds attached because he tends to not, as the scoring goes up, he tends to not assist the ball as much. If we look at the PRA and we do the same thing, so we'll go to the days of rest, we'll go back to back, and we look here. The assists, he's still, the points are still getting him over the mark for the most part, but 4 assists, 5 assists, 2 assists, 4 assists. So, 5 assists isn't bad, but the rebounding, 13 rebounds, 7 rebounds, 9 rebounds, that's what's sticking out to me. Now, the assist matchup is soft, so if you want to take that full PRA, you could. It did get bumped down to 35.5, which looks a lot better. When I first made this decision, the PRA was at 36.5. Now, maybe that got bumped down with the news that some of these guys might be back tonight. But let's take a look at the head-to-head. All right, so if we look at this head-to-head, it doesn't look great at all. Last time he played them was in late January, and he was mostly just shooting the ball. He had some rebounds in one of these matchups, but yeah, his role has kind of changed. He was averaging just 22 minutes over these head-to-head stretches, and the attempts were just 9.3 attempts and 4.5. So he's essentially doubled his attempts now, what he's been doing lately, versus last time, early January, late last year. So I'm going to be running the points rebounds alone. And then let's go back to that and look at one more thing. So we'll go back to back-to-backs, and let's see. Okay, and all 4 of these games were only show away games. Yeah, okay, so all of these were on the road when he played a back-to-back on the road, and he's playing on the road again tonight in a soft matchup. So I think I've kind of made my case here for why I like the points rebounds. Let's see what Daily Grind thinks. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't like it. Okay, so they love his full PRA as the best. So take that if you prefer. If he has some of these guys back, like Maxey and Oubre, he's going to have other scorers who are capable, so he doesn't, maybe he will assist the ball more, or when he does take the few assists that he might take with the attempts on a back-to-back, maybe those guys will cash those shots, but they love it. 52.71% odds hit the over, -131. They're not feeling the points rebounds, so go with your gut. They do like the points assists, so maybe they're thinking with those guys coming back that he's going to be utilizing them more. So, and that might be the case. So you got to go with your gut here. They like his rebounds over 5 though. So it's just a matter of, do you like his points at 25.5? If they like the rebounds, they don't like the points. So maybe they think that his scoring is going to come down a little bit. I'm running the PR. He's just been too good lately. And looking at, again, let's just do this real quick. Let's see. Maxey may not have been in these games. He's been sort of spotty. Okay, so all of those back-to-backs were with Maxey out. So yeah, I'm trying to give you as much information as possible here, so you can make an informed decision. I've already got it locked in, so I'm committed to the points rebounds. But if you want that full PRA, or if you're just not feeling Grimes, you got to go with your gut here. But all right, let's move on. All right, so Alex Sarr. I'm just taking his rebounds alone. For this, I know that it's been a little spotty, just 2 out of his last 5. He's got a really soft matchup here, though, 23rd in rebounds allowed. And the head-to-head has just been beautiful. He's gone for 14 on just March 8th, and then March 10th, 2 days later, he went for 11 once again. That's on 29.3 minutes. So minutes were a little bit higher than he's been averaging. So that was a close game in the first matchup, 118 to 117, and then 119 to 104. But I just like those rebounds in this situation. Now let me show you the full PRA, because maybe he capitalized on that too. So he still beat both of his PRAs, but it was a little dicey, it's at 26.5. He went for 27, he went for 29, but the discrepancy there with the rebounds alone just looks much better at 7.5, because a big part of that PRA caching was the rebounds. Let's see. Well, these are not totally up-to-date injury reports. Jakob and Emmanuel quickly. We'll have to wait. I wouldn't go off of these just yet. You have to wait for the injury report to come out updated. But if Jakob is out, that's going to be super helpful. But I just think that with this history, 7.5 is something I'm totally willing to take a chance on here. So averaging 26.4 minutes. So I think that's what I said that he played in these games. He had a little bit more, 29. But even if that's the case, 3 more minutes with this kind of a discrepancy here, 7.5, and he went for 11 and 14. I'm not concerned in particular. Let's look at the head-to-head, or I'm sorry, not the head-to-head, the over/under. Where are we at? Okay, so first game of the night, 228 over/under. Washington favored by 1.5. So they're expecting a close game, relatively high scoring. Hopefully this is a close game, and there's a decent, 228, decent amount of shots going up, decent amount of opportunities for rebounds. Let's check daily grind real quick. Okay, they love his rebounds and assists, so maybe you want that, 9.5. Yeah, he went for 11 rebounds and 14 rebounds, so he cleared that on rebounds alone in both head-to-heads, which were just in early March, so relatively recent. 53.41% odds to hit the over -134. They don't like the rebounds alone at 7.5. They do like the PRA at 26.5, just slightly. 50.82% odds to hit the over -121. They also like his points rebounds, so they like the points attached there, which makes sense. Toronto is kind of beat up. They're kind of in tank mode at this point, just like the Wizards are. So you could take the rebounds and assists. That's just a 2-point bump. Let's see what those looked like in those head-to-heads. Yeah, he went for 2 assists and 3 assists. So I feel comfortable with the rebounds alone at 7.5. And if you wanted the rebounds and assists, go for it. But again, I'm not really going to attach the points because he went for 10 points and 16 points. But the rebounds were what stuck out the most to me for the value at 7.5. All right, let's wrap it up. Austin Reaves. So I'm going points alone because at 18.5, I love this. Let's see. So let's start with the head-to-head. He's only done this once out of 3 games. But if you look at these attempts, 11.7 attempts, still shot 43% from the field, and then 40% from beyond the arc on 4.3 attempts. So 11.7 and 4.3 as far as the attempts go. And this most recent outing, when he didn't get it done and he only went for 9 points, he shot 25% from beyond the arc and 25% total. So he put up 12 shots, made 3. This is early in the season. This is November 21st, 2024. It's a totally different situation for Austin now. Now, we just said those 11-ish attempts. If we look at what he's been doing lately, he's almost at 20 attempts. So we know that he shot, above 40% in those head-to-heads, but the volume wasn't there. It's there now. 19.4 attempts. Let's zoom out a little bit more because I think the volume has been there. So he started popping off here a little bit over the last 6, but still 15.7 attempts, still shooting 47%. And then the 3-pointer attempts have gone up 7.7, 39%. We'll go back to this last 5. So the 3-pointer attempts have gone up 9.4 attempps, shooting 38% still. He's averaging over this last 5 games 3.6 made threes a game. So the scoring, there's no soft spot for Orlando. They're just good on paper defensively. But if you were going to make an argument for a soft spot, there's kind of. So it's like they're first in points allowed. They're just very tough. If we go over to the shooting guard, it's 9th. So there's a little bit of a weak spot there. Let's see if they have something that's absolutely exploitable. Okay, so they don't. So point guards and shooting guards, it's 9th. Everything else is a little bit tougher. 1st against small forwards, 7th against power forwards, and 7th against centers. So overall, they're better than anybody, but the guards are the ones doing more damage than anybody against them. So, I mean, I love this 18.5. I'm not really interested in anything attached to this today. Even though he's solid, you know, like if you look at the PRA, we know what he's capable of. We love Austin Reaves, you know, but in the head-to-heads, and this is an EV+, the PRA is an EV+, but he's never gotten it done. And if we look at this outing, most recent outing, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 and 2, and 6 total. So just give me the points alone because I love this discrepancy here with almost doubling his volume shooting, but the percentage has always been there. So I'm going points alone here for Reaves. Let's see what Daily Grind thinks. They like his rebounds and assists. Okay, so 8.5. They like that to go over. 53.42% odds hit the over, -134. Let's see. You guys even registering his points? Okay, they're not showing his points alone, but they do like his points, assists. Oh, wait, there it is. They've got it favored to the over, 18.5, 51.14% odds hit the over, -123. Everybody has got this at 18.5, and everybody, literally everybody's got it favored to go over. Pinnacle, -128. We've got BetMGM, -130. Caesars, -125. This is going to get bumped, I think. But if you want something attached, go with your gut. These are all the options you could take a look at, but I'm going to be rolling the points alone because I don't like the way that head-to-head looks with rebounds and assists. They're tough. And the volume, he was able to get it done shooting-wise, you know, percentage-wise, but the volume's almost doubled. So if you guys want to check out this optimizer for yourself and be able to jump on these plays before they get bumped, a lot of these plays like this rebounds and assists, usually when it's this juiced, it's probably going to go away in like 5-10 minutes. Maybe it won't, but a lot of times it does by the time you're seeing this video. So if you want this optimizer for yourself, use my code JRUSSO, and they're going to give you 25% off, and you can lock it in for as long as you want, all the way up to a year. It's just dgfantasy.com and code JRUSSO. And if you guys want to try Outlier out, they're going to let you try this for free. You just sign up through the link below, and you get a week to have some fun with this, and they cover everything. So spend some time, invest in yourself a little bit. You know, with you got a free week. Spend a little bit of time educating yourself on this. It's not like intimidating and difficult. It just requires a little bit of your time. So click all these buttons, watch the colors and the stats change, and get into all this stuff. The rest days, the minutes dial, the with or without players in the equation. They show you everything, all these different time frames. This is an important one. This insights tab will show you insights about the player you're looking at. Let's see if they've got one for the points. They do. Okay, so here's a little extra. He's exceeded 18.5 points in 6 straight games. 100% hit rate over his last 6. We already knew that, but we can look at the average here. He's averaging 28.3 points per game right now. So 18.5, I'll take it. Like even if Orlando shows up and it's a little bit tougher, if the volume's there, he's averaging 10 points higher than we're getting this line at. So go check it out. Sign up through the link below. Don't need to put a code in, but that's going to cover it, guys. Yeah, if there's anything you guys want me to start covering, or you know anything that you guys would appreciate me adding to the channel, just hit me up in the comments, and if I'm able to do it, I'll take care of it. And then if you have questions about plays, hit me up in the comments. I'll do a little bit of research with my tools here, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, enjoy this slate, guys. Let's start the week off right. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video, drop me a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one.